Hello everyone, welcome to Art Fight 2026. I'm Woodchuck and I have been sick lately, so that's why I wasn't able to make my week 1 video. Also, week 1 was pretty short. So I am combining my art that I did in week 1 with week 2. Let's get into it. This character is created by Hapiton N1615. Sorry if I butchered the name, but just a warning or early apology for all the other ones that I'm going to say in this video. Sorry if I butchered the name practically. Anyway, her name is Valkyrie. In her description, it says she's a magical girl with the motif inspired by a Japanese train line, which I'm not going to attempt to say and butcher that. So here it is on screen. I had this character in my bookmarks for a while now, and I finally got around to drawing her this year. Since she has inspiration from a train, I thought why not have her on top of a train? She's a magical girl, she should be fine. I had to work on the background a bit because originally there was too much gray and it didn't make the character pop. So I changed into more of a nature scene, and I think the green helps her stand out more. This drawing took me 3 days and over 12 hours to finish, but I finally got it done. I feel like this is my best work even though I put a lot of effort into it. I think it might have to do with this being my first drawing for this year's art fight, and I always feel a little nervous when I start the first drawing. But after I finish it, I end up feeling more comfortable as I continue with other art pieces, which I think helps the quality of my art. But I try my best, and that's what matters. Now on to the next one. This character was created by Aster4 Vens, and his name is Cyrus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I'm butchering it. I really like this artist's art style, and I wanted to draw their character. I wasn't sure what pose to do with this character, but I figured it out. One thing I will say, and I might say this a lot in this video, and maybe my up and coming videos, but I feel like hair is my enemy when it comes to drawing. Everyone draws their character's hair so detailed, like everyone's out here being a hair connoisseur, and I'm just, most of the time, just throwing it together like a salad, and it's good enough for me. I'm not saying it's bad to put detail in the hair, but I think it's really neat and everything. It's just not my strong suit because I need to guess learn more about how to draw hair. So I feel like it's not my strongest suit. So I spend a lot of time on the hair, and sometimes it's kind of hard for me because I have multiple references for like one character, and the hair looks slightly different, and I get confused sometimes on which one I should copy. Sometimes I just use one reference and pretend the other ones don't exist. And other times I combine them both and use my imagination to figure out where those pieces would connect. Just a little rant about something I struggle with. You think hands would be like my biggest issue, which yeah, I struggle with that too. But for some reason I feel like hair feels harder for me sometimes. Anyway, the idea for the picture is for him to have like a spotlight kinda I guess coming in front of him. I think I portrayed that pretty well. I'm super proud of this drawing. I was surprised how well it turned out. This drawing took me 4 hours and 5 minutes. And I thought it took me 2 days, but it might have actually taken me also 3 days to finish it. Anyway, now on to the next one. This character is created by Toracat, and his name is Ori. That's how you say it. I'm not even looking up like Google Translate or anything how to pronounce these names. I'm just kind of winging it, which who knows my pronunciation might suck sometimes. Anyway, here's another dark hair, red accent lad. I guess I was really into drawing characters like that recently. So he has like these transparent butterflies by his head, which I think look really cool. In his info, it called him Butterfly Man, so I thought I should add more butterflies to the picture. I read some more stuff the creator said, talking about they were fine with like pretty much more spooky stuff to, sum it up. So I kind of wanted to make him look more ominous. Not sure that's the right word to use here, but you know, maybe it's more serious, I wanted to give him a background with a wall, so I ended up adding like hanging plants. And originally I wanted to have like a white wall, but that washed him out and just I guess too much grayish colors in there. So then I was thinking like maybe I'll add a brick wall. It ended up being like I say like a brick-like color, but not like a brick wall, which I think looked pretty good. And I added some cracks in the wall. This is another drawing I'm really proud of. I think it looks pretty good. I can tell that my art has definitely changed over the few years. I have been slowly learning more about art, plus improving my digital art skill. I only started drawing with a digital pen like 2 years ago, or like maybe last year. I can't exactly remember, but I know it wasn't that long ago. But I have really improved comparing to my older art. So this drawing took me 4 hours and 55 minutes. I think it took me 2 to 3 days. I can't remember. But yeah, I am proud of this drawing. Now here's the last drawing I did for, yeah, week 2. This character was created by Astro Saturn, and her name is Lycra. I thought she was a very pretty character and I wanted to draw her. So from what I noticed, she looks like a siren or a mermaid with her fin-like ears, and she's very ocean themed. One of her tags is like ocean. So I decided to draw her in the ocean. Shocker. No, obviously, I think we all would probably think that. Or maybe not, but that's what I think. I was inspired by another art fight attack that I seen for someone else, where a character was walking on the water. So that's why I wanted to have her like surrounded by water because I was inspired by that. But yeah, because the original concept was I wanted her to be sitting completely in the water and her hands cupping water, but I did not want to draw those hands. So I decided, okay, what if she was holding like a shell instead? I wanted to draw the swirly shell, but I didn't know the name of it, and after looking up on the internet, I found out it was called a moon shell, which I didn't know that, but I think that's pretty cool. I wanted to add more contrast, I guess would be the word, and decided to have her sitting at the edge of the ocean and the tide coming in or coming out, depends how you look at it. Plus, I decided this after I finished drawing the character, so I didn't want to alter her skirt to match the water and everything. But I really like how it turned out. This drawing took me 4 hours and 33 minutes to draw and 2 days to draw. Technically, it would have been 1 day, but I finished it around like 1 a.m. that night, so it took like 2 days instead, I guess. Anyway, that's all the art I did for week 1 and week 2. But since week 1 was kind of short, most of the art was finished in week 2. If you'd like to see more of my art, links to my other social medias accounts are in the description. Thank you all for your time, and I hopefully see you next time.